Alrighty, out one engine, just out to the south west of Adelaide, just about to come back in for a RNAV Zulu approach to runway 05. The weather in there is broken 600, 4,000 metres viz, which is okay for doing that approach. I've completed the non-normal checklist, engine fire, sea damage or separation. And we've managed to get the APU started, and we've got the APU gen on the bus. I'm also balancing fuel, as you can see, to fix that imbalance caused by flying around with one engine, sorting out the problem. We've just started doing the one engine operating landing checklist. We've worked out we don't need VRF and any of that stuff. With the wind the way it is, I don't need any command additive either, so we're at the deferred items, which basically starts the descent checklist. I've briefed the approach, I've set up for the approach, and now it's just a matter of doing the deferred items. So pressurisation, landing altitude, we have 50 feet set. Recall, well, there it is. We know about the fuel because I've got balancing in progress, and we know about the elect because we've got a generator off at the moment. This recall's checked. Auto brake to landing data VREF 15 or VRF ice, so we have set up for a VRF 15 approach, which is 149, and minimums are 500 for a 450 decision altitude. And approach briefing complete. And it says additional go around thrust required. Well, it won't be, we're pretty light. No engine bleed landing, we're not doing that. Go around procedure review. Well, the go around procedure is the one we're going to do off the missed approach, which is pretty straightforward, which is track to Adelaide Sierra Hotel, and then track 042 climbing to 3,800 or as directed. The approach checklist altimeters, we have 1016. Additional deferred items, ground proximity, flap override, switch inhibit. That's this one down here. That's that one there. So we lift the guard, that's confirmed, and inhibit. That's for the flap 15 landing. And we're sitting at the landing checklist. So we're right to start the approach. ATC will be giving us vectors back in towards Sierra Echo, which will be straight in, and when ready descend to 3,800 feet. So away we go. I've got VS minus 800 coming off the thrust a bit, and we're on our way down to 3,800 to start the approach. So altimeters, 1,000 to go. Okay, track direct to Sierra Echo, Adelaide Sierra Echo, and that's the initial approach fix for the approach. So there we are, Sierra Echo, executing that RNAV. So basically we're just going to fly level into the approach, configuring, getting the thing configured all the way, and we'll start our descent down. So it says drag required after Sierra Echo. Yep, that's fair enough, I can accept that, which we'll be using the flaps. And I've got 042 set for the missed approach, and 3,800 also as our missed approach altitude. Checking on the fuel, balancing. Just a little bit to go, so if we missed approach here, we'll have to look at our fuel balance and flip it back the other way for a while. So once we get level here, you can see you got the top descent, which means there's a level segment and a decel coming into Sierra Echo. That's when the path will come back down, hopefully. It's out acquire, and when that path comes back down, I'll go VNAV and we'll fly it in LNAV VNAV. Alt hold. Righto, so the approach here is we've got to wind down to the final approach fix, and I can wind away and we'll fly down to the minima. 042, finally, once we cross Sierra India, we cleared down to 3000 to Sierra India, and then Sierra Foxtrot we cleared down to, cleared down to 1400 feet after Sierra India, and then down to the minima, which is 500. So I'm going to start configuring now. So thrust coming off, flaps 1. You should see that VNAV path start to coming back down once we pass this top of descent. And yeah, there it is, coming back into the VNAV path now. Yeah, so basically I can set 1400 feet now as we roll in here, because we've got alt hold. That way I won't get a capture when I hit VNAV path. And at flap 5, gear down, flap 15, and the reason I'm fully configuring this is because of the engine out nature of it. Yeah, that's just me being lazy on the rudder, sorry about that. Coming back into the path now, so I'm going to hit VNAV any second. It'll be a continuous descent, hopefully. Okay, VNAV path. Righto, so it's working as it's supposed to. And we're on speed. And now we're just going to fly it down, hopefully get visual and land. I don't know how accurate the path information is here. Yeah, no, it looks like it's doing alright. We should cross Sierra India at 3,180 feet. So we can do the landing checklist now, which comes off the deferred items from the one engine operative landing checklist, which is speed brake, well, armed, landing gear, down, flaps, 15, green light. So the landing checklist complete, and we would be cleared to land out here. And you can see the green arc on the ND indicates we're going to cross Sierra. What's that one? Going to cross Sierra Foxtrot above 1,400 feet. I've got 1,400 set in the window. So we can wind away now to 3,800 and hopefully not get a capture, which I did. There's VNAV again. Okay, so I've got 3,800 set from this approach. And
2,500.
It's red out alive. It was just me resetting track IR. Right, got the runway coming to view. Happy. And visual. I'm going to say continue just in case we lose viz. So it looks a bit worse down below us. And that's the Adelaide Sierra Foxtrot height checked. Manual landing. Hundred above.
500.
Minima. Landing. Stable. Disconnecting. Boilers up. Reverse, no reverse engine number 1. 60 knots. And auto brake disarm. And geez, it pulled up alright. And we're on. So I'm just going to taxi forward on this exit, and then I'm going to stop there once we get off this runway, and then I'm going to get someone to come out and inspect the aircraft before I taxi any further. And just make sure that there's no other damage, because we had severe damage on the engine, so there could potentially be something else wrong with the aeroplane. And we're going to be right next to the fire station anyway, which is just there. So I'm just going to pull up here. And park brake set, alert PA, and we'll wait. See you next time.